So I just came upon an article on, welcome to the Trying Stoic episode 2. Um, and I just came across an article on the stoicanswers.com, and it's how to merge your shadow. And, I was reading the article, and I immediately began to, self-reflect on a lot of the things in there, especially they're talking about integration of the shadow. Carl Jung's the shadow and the several archetypes of the personality, and the shadow being that deep, dark, twisted part of the unconscious that you know it's all your most repressed desires, it's all your fears, all your hate, all your anger. And, whilst we can choose to deny these things and, let them fester and let them grow, but they'll be growing in the dark. And so when it comes out, you're just going to be like, oh my God, what happened? I didn't know I had this in you. But you do, because you're a human being, and every human being, they have the shadow in them. And the more aware you are of it, the more integrated it is, the better off it's going to be, because far more you're going to be far more aware of what needs to be done. And so in the article, he's talking about, the example of Walter White. And, in the Breaking Bad universe, Walter White, he becomes, how he's the perfect archetype of the dude who went from being, having the shadow entirely repressed to um um from the how he went from the from this dude who had absolutely zero self-respect to this absolute kingpin, this drug lord. And to enter into that shadow, he used, well, I'm going to die of cancer, and so I want my family to be monetarily well off. Well, it becomes clear very quickly that that's not the case. And this article was published by Ricardo Guaderma. I hope I pronounced that correctly. On stoiciananswers.com. So, highly recommend go check that article out. But anyway, and so talking about Carl, and so and his and the thing with Walter White is he had that shame of he's never respected. Everybody walks all over him. He's overqualified for the job that he's doing. He's underpaid, and he and on top of that, there's the fear of like, oh, my there's the fear of the dying and his family not um being well off. But it does quickly become not about that, as he fully steps into his shadow. That merely becomes a justification. And so um I've been doing quite a bit now to get to the point of what I'm trying to say. So to get to the shadow, um or so for me, I've realized a few things about myself. And is I have one of the things in my shadow that needs to be brought to the light and integrated into my being, lest it becomes something really bad, and it keeps festering, and not and doesn't get dealt with, is the sense of this fear of being alone. It's like, I need to learn that it's okay to be alone. Mind you, I'm a human being, and yes, do I need the social interaction, but I also need to learn that it's okay to be alone, and that I will be okay. and that, I can handle these things for myself. So, it's coming to that realization that I need to, learn that it's okay to be alone, that I'm okay by myself, and just that sort of thing. So, yeah. But yeah, leave your thoughts if you got this far into the video. I appreciate you. Um, Let me know what your thoughts are on everything. I'm sorry about my rambling. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and thank you again for watching.